Hi and welcome to this video here on Watch On channel. My name is Anders, and in this video I'm going to continue my go through of all the different bigger watch brands and what they are releasing at this year's Baselworld 2017. If you haven't seen my videos on Rolex and the other video I did about Tudor, you can find them in the archives, or wait until the end of this video and you can click the button. Remember to like, comment, email me, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You'll find all the links down below in the description. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You can subscribe to my channel by hitting the logo button down in the right corner of the picture. So let's get into TAG Heuer and what they are releasing this year and what they are presenting at the Baselworld fair going on down in Switzerland. And of course, as we can see here, TAG Heuer is a brand that is very well known for their interest in sports. We got different people like Muhammad Ali and Cristiano Ronaldo and a cycling team and stuff like that. So of course, also the first thing that will show on their webpage here is the new releases of sports watches. And they are very famous for sports watches, all the way back to the TAG Heuer Monaco, which is a racing car chronograph, to the Aqua Racer or the Carrera, which are also chronographs and dive watches. And here they are releasing a whole new line of the Carrera, which is a chronograph watch to time car races. If you're into that kind of stuff, of course, you can use the timing function for a lot of other timings as well. And what we have here is a new line of different Carreras at a price point from 4,650 to 4,800 euros, which is approximately the same in American dollars and a little less in British pound. And if we take an example here, you can see we got the watch fitted with TAG Heuer's own in-house movement called the caliber Heuer 01. It's water resistant down to 100 meters, and it got a diameter, a size of 43 millimeters, which I think is quite a nice spot for watches like this, very prominent, very noticeable racing watches, chronograph watches. Also, with 43 millimeters, you hit the spot just between the guys, the people who really like big, chunky watches, and guys like me who are more into watches about around 39 to 42 millimeters. I would probably be able to pull this off if I was interested in this watch. I think it's a very interesting, beautiful watch, but it's not just kind of my style. But what they really did very well with this watch, I think, is the skeletal movement. You can simply see the movement inside of the watch here. And here you have the three sub dials, the second hand, minute hand, and hour hand. And the tachometer is to time uh, uh, shorter time intervals than the second timing here. You got two pushers here, and of course the crown. What I really like, besides that it's this really raw kind of engine-like look of this new Carrera, I really like the date wheel. As you can simply see here, it's the 8th, and here you have 9, 10, 11, and it's actually going all the way around here, so you can look directly into the date wheel. Also, I really, here you get a closer up here. It's really nice. It's a very raw and very kind of engineering kind of looking inside an engine of a race car. And also, if you look at the back side here of the watch, it very much reminds me of the engine of a modern sports car, maybe a Formula One sports car. Very nicely done, very raw, very masculine watch. So of course, like I said, you got the caliber 01, which is a Swiss-made in-house movement. Um, you got a steel brushed case. Also, they made a very nicely domed beveled sapphire crystal with double anti-reflective treatment. So that's very nice. You get quite a lot for the money with this watch. So what we get here is a watch that is made more for an active lifestyle. Very light, very small, as you see here, only 36 millimeters in diameter. So these watches can go to, if you prefer smaller watches, or if you have a smaller wrist. And also they will go perfectly for women, women who would like a little bit bigger watch than the normal 28 to 32 millimeter sizes. So these are very also, if you see the price point here, affordable lifestyle downplayed watches. So here at the end of this video, I'm going to present you with what I think is absolutely the winner of this year's Baselworld 2017 from what I have seen so far, and that is absolutely this one, the new version of the Autavia. It's an absolutely beautiful chronograph. And when we get to look more into what they fitted with this watch and the finishing and the different details, I would say I'm very surprised at the price point, excuse me, at 4,600 euro. I was expecting a price point at around 6,000 or 6,500 euros. But when you see what you get with this watch, it's absolutely amazing. This is the number one watch for me, and it's a watch that's moved up the ladder of my want list. Actually, on the top of my want list so far to add to my collection are two other racing chronograph watches. The one is a TAG Heuer, it's the TAG Heuer Monaco, and the other is the Omega Speedmaster, the Moon watch, of course. But here, this is the new number one. I think it's an absolutely beautiful watch. What we get here is a re-release, a re-edition of a watch they started producing back in the early 60s. And the name Autavia is is made out of automotive and aviation. So they put these two words together very cleverly to call it Autavia. And what we see here is, of course, also they didn't add the tag part of the name. It's a re-release of an old Heuer before TAG Heuer became before Heuer became TAG Heuer. They were just called Heuer, a very famous watch brand, especially known for their racing chronographs and the timing uh, uh, watches. And I think this is absolutely beautiful. I think the size I would have preferred 40 or 41 millimeters, but 42 is also a very nice choice of size for this watch, as it really fits very nicely in between guys like me who prefer 39 to 42 and guys who prefer bigger watches. And also it fits very nicely into still keeping it just under 43, 44, 46 millimeters, as you see many watches today. It's still a little more heritage. It's still a little more back into time with a smaller size, even though 42 millimeters isn't a small size. So this is of course a racing chronograph, but it's also an aviation chronograph. So you can use it both for timing when you drive your Formula One car, if you have such a car, and when you're out flying your Dreamliner, if you have your own Dreamliner. I'm just joking. But I think it's a beautiful watch. I think they did everything perfectly with this watch. So it's fitted with their own caliber Heuer 02 chronograph movement. It's border resistant down to 100 meters. So when we look into the different features of this watch just in a second, you will see why this is a high value for money. I think they did something really beautiful here with the date. It's very downplayed down here at 6 o'clock. You get the date here. I think that's very cleverly done. And then you get the three different subdials. Here you get, I think this is uh, from 15 minutes intervals. This is a 30 minutes timer, and here you get a 60 minutes timer, and two push-in buttons, chronograph buttons here, and a very nice calfskin leather strap. And I think with this leather strap, what they did really well as well is that it's so easy to put on it. The calfskin leather strap is so easy to start wearing without having to wear it for several weeks before it feels nice. Okay, and when we look at the different features of this watch, what really springs into mind is, of course, the movement. The own in-house Swiss-made caliber Heuer 02 movement, 168 components, very amazing. A quite nice 28,800 vibrations per hour. Nothing spectacular, but a nice gliding second hand you will get with this. What I really also think is beautiful, 33 jewels. Usually you would see around maybe 26 or 28. Another very nice detail is the domed sapphire crystal with double anti-reflective treatment. This means that when the light hits the dial, you will have this anti-reflective treatment, which will make it much easier to read. Steel polished case. Just everything about this watch really makes me excited, because I think it's a beautiful made watch. It tells a beautiful story about what TAG Heuer really is, and I think that everything is just put so well into this watch. It's so well designed. It's still with this very simple black bezel insert, a very raw watch, and then you look at all the details, and it just becomes really beautiful. So what an amazing watch! I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this watch at some point. Here you can see some different angles, and you can also get it with this steel bracelet. I don't really like this steel bracelet. I think it for a vintage inspired watch, this very nicely brown kind of cappuccino brown calf leather strap fits it much better. So this is just a short video of what TAG Heuer are presenting at this year's Baselworld. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. You can comment down below. You can write me an email. Remember to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, where I post a lot of other watch content. Also, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, you can hit the logo button down in the right corner, and then you subscribe to my channel and you get notifications whenever I'm releasing new video content, and I have a lot of content coming. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Anders, and I see you next time. Bye.